I've never played around with a Ouija, and one thing's for absolute certain, I am never playing Talk to Me. It's a new horror from A24, and it's all about a jacked up party game. Is this going to be the scariest movie of the year? Now, before I dive into my review, I want to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, Bullies. Now, Bullies is the maker of some phenomenal gaming chairs. There are a few styles, but I've got the Master Series, and it has got so many adjustable features, plus a minimalist design that doesn't skimp on padding, seat width, or comfort. Now, it's engineered to embrace all body contours, so if you're skinny or fluffy, kind of like me, this Bullies Master will hug and support you, providing hours of comfortable sitting, whether you're working, studying, binge-watching movies, or even gaming. Now, the Master Series is engineered with a round edge design so that the seat cushion is carefully crafted by just providing optimal ergonomics. Now, by eliminating sharp corners and embracing smooth curves, this cushion conforms to the natural contours of your body, promoting proper posture and reducing pressure on your hips and your thighs. Plus, it has a wider seating area, which allows you to find your ideal seating posture and enjoy a comfortable experience tailored just to you. There's also a movable lumbar support to precisely align with your spine's natural curvature. Whether you require a higher or lower level of support, the chair allows you to customize it to your exact specifications. And this isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, but one that adapts to your body. And the base, it's also incredible. Typically in gaming chairs, you'll find hard molded plastic or even versions that have to be screwed together. With the Bullies Master Series, the 5-star foot base is one solid piece of aluminum. No creases, cracks, or fault points. It's just an absolutely solid base to give you nothing but peace of mind, regardless of how fluffy you might be. And finally, the material itself is outstanding. Now, the one I have is the Bullies Ultraflex PU leather in navy. It's crafted with microfiber suede, making the Ultraflex PU leather a remarkable blend of durability and indulgent comfort. Now, it delivers a buttery, soft, and smooth feel that just enhances your sitting experience, and it can become the perfect companion for your rear. Plus, there's a 2-year limited warranty, so you got nothing to worry about. Now, this is a phenomenally comfy chair that also looks amazing. You can check out the Bullies Master Series and all their other products at their website, bullies.com. I've linked it in the description below, so if you're ever in the market for an exquisite chair, check out bullies.com. All right, grab my hand, let's dive into Talk to Me. When a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand, they become hooked on the new thrill, until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces. So this horror offers up a unique premise that I thought was refreshing to see in the genre. We've seen countless movies that involve seances and Ouijas, but here a bunch of teens get together to drink and smoke and then grab hold of this old embalmed hand and invite a spirit to come in. Now, when we first see this happening, it's downright freaky. I mean, the eyes of our characters turn black, their lips, nose, and pretty much a lot of their face begins to discolor, kind of like they're rotting. And it's all because somebody has grabbed the hand, said, "Talk to me," and then invited the supernatural force in them. I mean, there is so much tension that's built up the first time we see this trick actually happen. And it's effective in amping up the creep factor a lot. Now, I really enjoyed the way the movie begins because we're thrust right into an action that's chaotic and confusing. It creates stress and anxiety just simply because of the urgency of the characters, and yet we still don't know what's happening or why. Then the story takes a step back and it introduces us to several characters and the development. While it's not taking forever to be established, it still gives us a good sense of the main players and their relationships. Now, the young cast is great to watch, and they're convincing in both their enthusiasm for the game as well as their shock and terror when things don't go as planned. Now, the cast is made up of relatively newer actors. I mean, they each have at least a few parts on their resume, but I'm really impressed with the performances they deliver. We got Sophie Wilde, Joe Bird, Alexandra Jensen, Otis Danji, Zoe Tarakis, Chris Alosio, and Miranda Otto, with Otto having the largest repertoire. Now, the dynamics between the characters are at times antagonistic and other times incredibly sweet and caring. And each interaction is enveloping and it complements the energy of the scene, adding terror when it's needed and then calm when it's called for. Now, something the filmmakers do really well is during a party scene. They capture the frenzy of the group. Just that excitement, fear, laughter, just every bit of energy that naturally builds as a group of young people starts to have fun and go wild. And the shots help to put us right in the middle of the chaos, giving wonky angles and using a lot of quick cuts to show us everything in rapid succession and then from different vantage points. And when the tension is being set up, I think it really works. The movie does a great job of getting it started and setting the tone for the potential terrifying events. But unfortunately, as adept as the film is at establishing sequences that are unnatural and scary, that momentum isn't maintained. I'm not suggesting that the story needs to be intense the entire way through, but when a horror movie is totally effective, it has this way of maintaining a sense of dread and fear throughout, even when nothing is happening or everything is seemingly calmed down. In Talk to Me, the dread dissipates and then it fizzles. So we get buildup, which is a lot of fun, and it gave me the creeps, and then a scene would shift and remove all that had been built. So then when another scene was beginning to get gnarly, it took more time to gain back that fear, as roller coaster worked against the stress that would have been established. And don't get me wrong, I had fun with this, and I think the potential is outstanding. Even the concept has an opportunity to get way under your skin and disturb you for a while. There are at least two ways to look at the story and interpret what we watch. Now, one is sinister and threatening. The other is more opportunistic. Now, if you view what's going on with that sinister outlook, there's so much more that's disturbing, especially as the film goes into the final act. There are some wonderful visuals. And while they're not always on screen for long, we get enough of a glimpse that it's upsetting and grim. And there are also some jump scares that happen within the film, but they come about naturally and they're not cheap and unearned scares with, those ramping musical stings and something just shooting out of the darkness. When a scare arrives, it's through a turn of the camera or a character looking in a direction and then suddenly seeing something. It's kind of like some of those scares in the Black Phone where I had the crap scared out of me as the camera just panned around the room and then it revealed just this freaky dead person. Well, that's the kind of scare you get here. It's fun and, most importantly, effective. Now, I love that this movie contains enough mystery and subjectivity that it can cause long discussions after, allowing theories and ideas to be hashed out because while there is a clear resolution to what we watch, the question still remains on the interpretation of the motive. I think an argument can be made both ways convincingly, and that makes it all the more memorable of a movie. Now, along with the supernatural horror, there are some straight-up gory visuals and situations that I think could make you wince and squirm. When one in particular happened, my hand just instinctively went to my mouth because it was hanging open in shock. And there are a few times that I think you're going to see the violence or even the actions coming in advance, but these small predictable moments, they didn't lessen the enjoyment. Now, I'm really impressed that this is the feature-length directorial debut for Danny and Michael Philippou. They have worked as crew on other films and are probably most known for their wildly popular YouTube channel, Raka Raka. Now, I'm excited to see what other projects they take on because while this isn't a perfect horror, and it does have some shortcomings when it comes to maintaining the dread and anxiety, they deliver a unique and original story and not only capture the unabashed fearlessness of youth, but also frame the entire narrative in a sort of cautionary tale about messing with things you don't understand, all for the sake of laughs. So overall, Talk to Me uses an original story and unique concept to present a new type of supernatural haunting film. The visuals, practical effects, and makeup are exquisitely delivered, creating a sense of realness to bring about visceral reactions. The scenes are scary and unnerving, but the narrative doesn't maintain the tension all the way through, removing the fear and overall effectiveness. This is a great effort by the new directors, and their creative vision deserves applause. This just isn't going to make you wet yourself from the sustained terror. There's not really sex, but some sexual situations, no nudity, a ton of profanity, and some very brutal violence. I give Talk to Me 3.5 out of 5 couches. Now, this is a fun horror, especially because it tries something different. What's something scary that you've watched lately? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out Boolies.com if you're ever in need of an amazing chair. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.